Everybody, welcome back to Pug Network, and today I have a very special guest.
Hi gosh, KingPwnzer here.
And today I'm with King Ponzer, right? Pwnzer. Okay. And I'm with a GoodGuy Podcast, which is a new series that we're going to be doing together, and it's going to be lots of fun. And we have some topics that we're just going to talk about today, so...
YouTube stuff.
A lot of YouTube stuff.
So, let me introduce myself to you guys on his channel because you guys don't know who I am. I do gaming stuff for YouTube. My uploads haven't been consistent lately, I'll admit. I'm working on a bunch of videos. After this podcast, I'll actually be doing a lot of editing. That'll be fun. So, my channel link will be in the description if you guys want to check that out and subscribe. You know, that's how we YouTubers do our living.
Yeah. I'm going to put a link, as he said, I'm going to put his channel in the description below, and I'm also going to put a link to his Twitter page, so you can follow him there, and I'll also put a link to mine. You can follow me there, too, because that's always good, more followers there. And if you have any questions about YouTube, or I guess anything that you want us to do in next week's, or whenever the next Good Guy podcast is going to come out, we would love to answer them.
So, any questions for, like, advice for this kind of stuff? Use hashtag AskGoodGuy. Because Ask Pug, that's already been used, and
yeah,
there are some. If you checked it up on Twitter, there's some not safe for work questions on there.
Yeah, I looked at that. I'm like, oh, yeah. Maybe not. So we were going to use Ask Pug, but let's just use that. That'll be better. Plus, no one has used that before, I do believe. Okay, so let's go right into it.
So the first thing is setups. So you say your setups.
Okay.
Your setup first.
I'll say my setup, then you can talk about your setup. So my setup, actually, it depends on the video I'm recording, so... And also depends on where people are in my house. Like, if my mom or dad are here, I'll probably come down to the basement, which I'm here now. They're not here with me right now, but just in case they walk in, I don't have to stop the podcast, or I don't have to edit it out or anything. I come down here if people are around, and or on my third floor of my house, I have a room up there. But if no one's here, I have a desk, and I have kind of a workplace, and I record there. I record my screen, so I normally do videos just with the webcam into my Mac, with the webcam from my Mac. It's not the highest quality, but for videos just like my weekly Saturdays, I don't think it has to be top quality yet. And for any like gameplay, I normally do it online, so like Slither.io or Slither.io. No one even knows now. I just use QuickTime to record my screen, and I just put the face cam in the top corner. If it's an iOS game, just plug my phone into it, and I record from there. So, that's my setup.
Alright, so my setup's a bit different because mine's improvised. I do have a desk, but I don't use that. It's like on the side of my room, and I'm never over there. My setup is I have my computer on a stand that used to work as like a cooling fan, but it doesn't. And my laptop sits on it, and it's just like a TV tray, like if you ate dinner on the couch or sitting at the couch.
I have one of those.
You'd use for that. Yeah, we have a few of them, and I have like a comfortable chair. I have like a coffee table next to me, which has my mouse pad, my mouse, and I have a USB keyboard, which is the only keyboard that works, which we'll talk about that later on. And I have an entertainment stand with my PS4 on it, and for my vlogs, I have a Nikon Coolpix with a Nikkor 6x wide optical zoom VR There's some stats that I don't understand on here. It has a touch screen. That's all I know. It's a digital camera, and I sit it on top of like a cardboard kind of box. It's like it used to have cookies in it, but now it just has all my watches in it. And my camera sits on top of it so that it's like when I'm doing the vlog, it's like even, so my head is like centered. And I have like a 32-inch TV, so I guess that's nice. I feel small now. Yeah, like my entire setup is like compacted into a small corner of my room, and it's fun.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Like all those specs, you say you don't know a few. All I know is it has a camera, and it has a lens, and the quality is probably okay. That's all the specs I know.
Well, I know one thing. My computer. The reason I don't do videos on my computer like you do is because I do not have a webcam. When I first got this computer, well, not this computer, I had the same build and whatever beforehand. Like that was my first laptop, but there's like this little panel in the very center of above the screen,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was a webcam, but I tried and it's not a webcam. It's just a panel that's there for no reason.
They just have a panel there so it looks like a webcam.
Yeah, and there's a little tiny mic, and my PC has like a tendency to crash. Not like often, but like at least once a week.
Oh, that's not good. So then if you're going to be recording something, you don't want to be like 34 minutes into like a 40-minute video and just have the thing crash.
Right, editing is a pain.
Yeah. Yeah, same editing with me. It takes like... Once I was editing this really long... Well, not really long, but like... It was like up to 20 minutes, and each like bit I edited and added like effects to each thing, and I was almost done, and then it just lost all my files. It lost the files. Like, it's just like, oops, I lost them. Better start over again. I was like, hold up, what? What? And then I just kind of rage quit out of iMovie and just stopped. I was supposed to upload this thing a month and a half ago, and I'm still attempting to edit it. I'm like, I'm gonna edit it someday, but like each time it's been like, nope, not doing it, or just like loses all my photos, or just doesn't exist. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a back row of at least 8 videos, depending on how much content is there.
Yeah. That's why I sometimes don't. If it's like a vlog or something, I'll put all the pieces together, like all the clips together, but I normally don't do a ton of editing, which can sometimes be shown in videos when I just blank on what to say, or I just say a long slur of stupid things that don't make a lot of sense, and then I apologize for them not making a lot of sense later, but...
Well, that's the thing. I tend to like doing longer vlogs, and, well, at least around the 20-minute mark, and my camera can only record 8 minutes and 10 seconds in one sitting. It can hold like about 6 actually clips that are that long, but I have to watch it like in the reflection of my TV to make sure it's still recording.
Oh, that must stink.
Plus, I have like an impediment, like right there. I use ums, uhs, and ahs a lot to like space up how I speech, and that's actually I've had advice on that from someone that I used to watch, and that'll be in here somewhere. Because I do have advice to give people here, even though nobody asks questions. Give it with the what do we give them, like an hour window? That's not very long.
Yeah, I gave like an hour for people to give questions, and my school has the day off today, and most people that watch my channel are probably in school, or they're not, and they're just like, nah, I don't feel like asking a question. But that's okay. So do you have any
So,
YouTube stories or anything cool like that, or they could be Twitter story, YouTube stories, or just any stories you want to? Anything?
well, I do have a little bit of advice here, real quick, because we didn't have any plot for that in here.
Oh yeah.
So that can just be spread out within it, like give a little bit of spacer.
Yeah. Like between
So,
each video, like each story could be some advice.
right. So, something that I've learned personally, it doesn't help you with subs because it's not really, it's not going to land you anything big, but just like message or tweet your favorite content creators because you never know. A lot of people actually do genuinely care about their subscribers, and they will reply. And I've had replies from Boogie for like at least 2 of my tweets. I'm not sure if it's more. And one was actually a funny story. Keemstar put up this Twitter video where he's just talking smack about people who use stuff like Patreon. And I just went on like a huge Twitter rant, just spamming him with responses to it. And I'm just like, hey, Boogie, I tagged him in it. And I was like, hey, Boogie, this guy thinks that people who use Patreon aren't or begging or whatever. And Boogie replies, it's okay. I use it as like a backup piggy bank or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched one of Boogie's videos where he explains that Patreon is part of what keeps him running, and even if he no longer had ad revenue on his channel, he'd still be able to keep doing YouTube because of his Patreon. And this was around when we had that huge terms of service thing where if you swore in a video, you could get ad revenue taken off.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That like disappeared.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't like that happened like once, and a lot of videos go like ads removed for them. But after that, I like people have said some pretty bad things. I'm like, so there's still ads in this video, or YouTube is just lazy? I don't know.
Well, it's probably because of how many people said stuff against.
Yeah, because everyone was pretty
it,
mad.
It proves how strong the YouTube community is.
I mean, I can understand some advertisers might be advertising to more family friendly ads, and if it's like a channel there's a lot of like not safe for work content, then probably families wouldn't be watching that. So I understand that part of it, but at the same time, that's taking a lot away from so many YouTube creators. I don't think it's fair. It should have been given a much better warning than just like, oh, everyone's ads revenues is being taken off. We'll explain later.
Right, and like, have you seen those ads on YouTube that are like an entire episode of a show?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the video I was trying to watch is only like 3 minutes long, and now I have to, and there's no skip ad button.
For like a 5-minute ad. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, this isn't an ad. This is like a whole new video.
I mean, sometimes it's not that bad. Like, there's this, I'm not sure, I think it's HBO, but it's this show, about, like, aliens abducting people. They have, like, a AA meeting sort of thing where they talk about it, and, like, this guy who's a reporter goes down to like get their story, because it's crazy, and he gets abducted and whatnot, and he becomes part of this huge conspiracy. And it was a good episode. If I had the channel to watch it, I'd watch it.
Yeah,
but sometimes it's like really intrusive. Like you get these really long ads that you don't really want to see.
Yeah, and there was once I saw an ad for like free Clash of Clans Gems 2017, and it was like a link to one of these total scam websites where you just like fill out all these surveys and get nothing done.
Right.
Like, YouTube ads aren't really monitored by YouTube.
No, they just like, okay, you're giving us money to put these in front of videos.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're like, okay, why not?
Alright, well, let's segue into the next part because we have half an hour left.
Yeah.
Alright, games we currently do for YouTube or are planning to play for it.
Okay, do you want to go
Go
first?
first. You can go first.
Okay.
Yours is probably a lot shorter than mine.
Yeah, my list is kind of short since I'm partly gaming, but sometimes I don't have a lot of access to a lot of games since I'm on a Mac. Let's see, games I'm planning to do. So, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise is pretty washed out at the moment. Like, everyone has done, like, 10 videos on it, and that was when it was popular.
I think when they had to make a girl version of it,
Yeah.
that's when you know it's just too far.
Yeah, FNAF sister location. That's for iOS, they're like released when all the hype is over. So I wouldn't be getting anything out. I'd probably be getting pretty low views on it since everyone made a video for it and no one really cares about it anymore. Let's see. A game that not a lot of people care about anymore, but I used to like a long time, like in 4th grade even, I used to play it, and I had The Simpsons Tapped Out. If anyone has ever heard of that game, I might be uploading like a gameplay of it just to test how it does. It's a pretty cool game. Have you ever watched The Simpsons before?
Oh yeah, I love The Simpsons. I have The Simpsons movie DVD somewhere.
Yeah. I'm a pretty big fan. I think I've watched every episode except for one. Except for like the last season, I missed almost all of them. But other than that, I'll like 525. I think I've seen all of them. It's pretty
I'm
crazy.
not caught up. I mean, there's enough seasons that you'd be watching it for like 3 months.
Yeah, you could watch that forever. Yeah, the last couple seasons haven't really been that good. They're running out of ideas. They kind of reuse ideas, and the plot's the same. I mean, it's crazy that they've been able to go for 27 seasons. Like, no show has really done that. But the quality's kind of gone down, so you're not missing that much. But
right, it's like the Harry Potter of TV.
yeah, it keeps going down and down. Let's see, any other games I'm planning to play? If there's any like web free online games, I'll always just like play one or two of those, just to have a gameplay of it. But I don't really have a lot. I don't have a lot of games planned out for the future, and I probably should do that. So, do you have any games?
Well, I mean, okay, this one's more of a suggestion for you because you said you want like free computer stuff games.
Mm-hmm.
You watch PewDiePie, so I'm sure you've at least heard of this. GameJolt.com. It's got like a bunch of indie games. People make virtual or visual novels and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
And it's like a big place for like for just starting out game producers, like Unity, using the Unity engine.
Do you have to download the games, or are they?
Some games you download. Some have like a little. They open up a new tab and.
Oh yeah.
And some you can even like download onto a phone because some of them are formatted for phones.
Oh yeah, I should definitely check that out then, because there could be some new games that I didn't think I could play, and I'm like, oh, look at that.
And for me, if you go to my channel, there's like Minecraft, Black Ops 3, and then there's just random one-offs that I do. Like I tried doing the Life is Strange, but the problem with doing a YouTube series for that is when I get a new game, I play it without even thinking about doing it for YouTube, because usually I only do YouTube when my mom's not home, so I don't bother her. So I played through Life is Strange. Great game, loved it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. But when I go to do it for YouTube, I wanted to do a live stream, all for one episode at a time. And it's just like, I already played through this. And it's not a game where there's all these secrets. It's like everything is laid out for you. And the only difference is which path you take. Because there's always, like, points where you can make a decision that could either be good or bad. Like, you can get people killed for the entire game, or you could save them, or you don't.
Sounds like a pretty interesting game. I've never actually heard of it before.
Life is Strange?
Yeah.
Wow. It's really popular. PewDiePie actually played it too. I think.
Have you done a gameplay of it?
Has who?
Have you done a gameplay of it?
I was actually mentioning this. I only did.
So you only did one. Okay, so you did one. Yeah, I'll check that video out because I want to see what the game looks like.
Because when you've already played through a game, it's kind of repetitive to play it all over again and then add commentary to it.
Yeah,
my episode didn't have very much commentary because I was like, okay, a majority of this game is scenes where cinematic stuff. So if I'm not going to talk over conversations, and it just seemed boring to me. So I didn't. And it's at least a year old, so I figured, okay, this game's probably been played a little bit much, so I didn't continue it, and it's just sitting there. And then I did a Mortal Kombat video, or a live stream, once or twice, and I like Mortal Kombat X. It's fun. I just don't really see much that I could do YouTube-wise for it.
Yeah, I understand.
I do have a video that I've had in production for like 6 months, and it's like I just can't finish it because it's just a lot of editing, and I might have to re-download the game if I want to do it, and that's like a 16 gigabyte game, and it takes forever to download. Yeah. Or no, 60 gigabyte, I think.
Whoa, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, I play games similar to that, and it's just like hard, like, I think it's Modern Combat 5, so kind of a ripoff, but it's pretty popular. It's iOS, but it's just hard to find content for, like, games, like YouTube content for games like that, because, like, a serial series of that, like Mortal Kombat, like, 1 and 2, just, I don't think it'd grab that many views, and it's not all about views, but it's also, like, what the subs want. It doesn't really seem to be something that my subs would want.
Right. And the thing is, it's got to be something you can enjoy editing at the same time.
Yeah.
Because editing is essentially just rewatching what you recorded, and then deciding what parts of it make it to the final cut. And it's like, okay, there's just so much that can be put in, but there's also a majority of it that you just cut out because it's too boring. And like, I also do free games, kind of. There was this game called Kill Strain. It's fun, but it died out for me. Mm-hmm. It's a MOBA. It's kind of like League of Legends, but it's like there's 2 teams. There's humans and infected, and the humans, they just got to survive till the end, because if you get killed by an infected person and get dragged into the infected area, you can become infected.
Oh, that's interesting.
However, the only way for the humans to win is for them to break through all the infection area and destroy the source, which it's hard. And it makes it like, if you're on a human team, there's almost like no fun in playing, and it's just like you just want to force someone to infect you.
Because there's like no chance of winning. Next question. What was your inspiration for starting a YouTube channel, and what keeps you inspired?
Okay, so I started doing Yu-Gi-Oh! For YouTube.
Oh, I used to play that a while ago. It's a pretty fun game. It's just my problem was I had no one to play it with, so, like, what's the point?
That's the thing. So I started doing it because there was this thing that happened in the YouTube Yu-Gi-Oh community for a website called DuelingNetwork.com,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a Yu-Gi-Oh dueling simulator where you could play with other people, and it was essentially just a free way of playing Yu-Gi-Oh without having to go and find someone.
Well, that sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, there's a few of them, but this one is like the lowest, like funded, and like they have they're an actual in-browser thing. There's no download for it.
Oh.
So the problem with it is it's not Konami sponsored.
Oh.
And it's not like Konami themselves had a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's their company that publishes all their stuff. Nihon Ad Systems. They put a cease and desist order in, and Dueling Network had to remove every single card art from the game.
Well, that stinks.
So every card was just the card, and then a black box, and then the text.
Oh, so did that like pull the fun out of it?
Yeah, because it's like half the fun of Yu-Gi-Oh is seeing the card art.
Yeah, they have some pretty cards. So pretty cards. They have some pretty cards.
Dark Magician Girl.
Oh yeah, those are always nice.
So Dueling Network kind of got screwed over there. I haven't even checked in on it. I'm not even sure if it's back yet, up and running yet. And so I made a video on that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just kept going. I did videos reviewing my decks, and I did a collaboration with one person in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and basically we just did a huge trade of cards. He is a collector. He wanted to have at least one of every card.
Yeah. Oh,
So I had all these older cards from sets that he didn't have, and so I traded them, and I got some good cards in return. A lot of good cards. My best deck is actually built from a structure deck that he bought for the trade, and then cards within the trade, and they're Arc 5, so they're Arc V cards.
Oh
So,
yeah. Wow.
Unless you've kept watching, you probably wouldn't understand the whole deck.
Yeah, no, I about a year ago I just kind of stopped. So
Yeah. Actually, a new movie came out last
really,
night.
well, yeah. See, I don't even know that.
It's old school Yu-Gi though, and it has revamped decks for Yu-Gi, Kaiba, and there's new Blue Eyes cards, and there's new Dark Magician cards.
Oh yeah, because I used to play with a friend, and he had basically only old cards. So he'd give me cards, and I would have so my deck was like only the old ones, and I always thought that those were like the best, like the most well made and the prettiest in my opinion. Because like the new
But
ones might be like more high tech, but just not the same.
yeah, but okay. So I did YouTube for a while, but then I had been going to this card shop for a little while, and that's where most of my new cards came from. That's where most of my fun for Yu-Gi-Oh came from. And then it kind of got ruined because there was this one person there. He was this 15-year-old blonde fat kid who pretended he had a British accent.
Oh jeez, I can imagine him.
He called everyone mate.
Oh dear.
And he kept talking like, I'm gonna be the next Patrick, what's his name? Who's like the top Yu-Gi-Oh player, well, most famous Yu-Gi-Oh player, who won all these tournaments, made a lot of money, had a book deal and whatever, and he's talking like he's gonna be famous off of YouTube, he's gonna be rich, he's gonna have this big house full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and it's just like, dude, it's a card
Dude,
game.
it's a card. Yeah, it's like that's not the point you should be playing.
have you watched Little Karibo? It's a children's card game. And it's just like, you ruin the fun when you start taking it way too seriously. And I was just like, I can't anymore. Because this kid got onto a Facebook fight with me. Like, he messaged me and he started rants off and he just starts calling me a bad player because I don't agree with him. And it's like, dude, I beat your best deck with a deck that I had just traded for.
So did he just like keep that up and then
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
and he called me immature because I didn't have a girlfriend, which I actually did at the time. I just don't tell anybody about these things.
Oh, getting the ladies. Nice.
We've got ourselves a badass over here.
Maybe in one of the podcasts, maybe for Valentine's Day, that podcast can be all of KingPwnzer's lady tips.
Oh god, that'll be a short video, and it'll end with me crying.
Yeah, I'll pick up and then I'll just end. I'll be like, so 0 success so far, and my tip is don't.
Don't even.
Don't bother. It's not worth it.
Oh crap! It's almost 3, so we gotta move along. But
yeah, I think we can go a little farther. We can go a little bit past 3, like maybe 3:15.
So I stopped going to that card shop, and then just like I didn't feel like I could do any sort of continuous YouTube content for Yu-Gi-Oh! If I had no way of like interacting with the community.
Yeah, no,
so
I understand.
I privated most of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff except for the collaboration that I did. I actually had another collaboration with that one guy who I traded with, and it was just more of a discussion on casual trading, where you just trade for cards that you need, and you give cards that your friend needs, versus him, who he buys and sells cards at their market value, and he makes a profit off of it.
Profit? Wow, that guy must be pretty serious about it.
Well, it's fun, and you can make some good money off of cards.
Is it still as popular as it was like a couple years ago?
I'd say yes, but at the same time, it's more underground than that. It's most of the popularity is online and on YouTube and on these dueling simulators, because not a lot of people, or not a majority of people, can afford to travel to these big cities for these events.
Yeah, I mean, to be like that good to go to an event, that's crazy.
And a lot of shops are starting to trade Yu-Gi-Oh! Out and getting loyalty for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
I have a few videos from that era that aren't private. There's the collabs, and then there's one where I basically just rant about the Black Knights of the internet, who just like, they just have to put everybody down and make themselves look better, because it was about this guy who called a dude a bad player because he couldn't leave his wife and his pregnant wife to travel to a city to do an event every weekend, so he didn't win tournaments. So
well, that's pretty messed up.
Bad player.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
You can go watch it after this if you want.
I probably will, because I didn't do that. I watched most of your recent ones, but I'll do some deeper digging, because I didn't even know about this. I knew...
Yeah,
and you're like...
It's my most edited video, because I had been using the Camtasia Studio 30-day trial.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that, and how it was like, oh, perfect. Now you're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with editing. And I have like a little 9-second clip where I knocked over a Pikachu plush.
Mm-hmm. You should just upload that for lulz. Why not?
Yep. And it's got Mortal Kombat theme to it. But now most of my content's gaming. A game that I'd really like to play for YouTube, I'd say Subnautica.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
just
I've seen the Markiplier gameplays back in March when he played that.
I watched Jacksepticeye play it.
Oh yeah, I watch him do.
But the problem is, it's PC only.
Oh, all these PC only games.
Yep. Now, next topic. Since that one's taken like 20 minutes.
Well, it's good. It got a discussion because these are supposed to just be kind of like discussion starters.
Right. So now, I think we've talked a little bit about this, but editing.
Editing. Oh.
When we edit and what we use. I'll start if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because my answer's kind of short.
Same.
How I edit, I use the default. I had a trial for Camtasia at one point, loved it. Can't afford $500 program. But I use Windows Live Movie Maker for Windows 7 because I love Windows 7 and Windows 10 killed my computer. It's annoying because it's just not smooth. It's not a bad program. It just doesn't have all the options that you'd have with something more complex. You can't if you're gonna do face cam.
Yeah.
You have to have it. The face cam has to record and have it exactly where you want it on the screen, and it has to be going at using the same recording as the gameplay. Because you can't put stuff on top of stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You can add like text at the bottom. That's about it.
Same with my editor.
But it's not as smooth, and that's why I procrastinate a bit. But when I do get into editing, I have fun with it. I watch my stuff, and it's just like, I had fun doing this. And then when I edit, that's a funny story because I have 8 videos that I have not edited yet, and one of them's been there for 6 months. One of them's been there for like a month and a half. 2 of them have been there for like a week, and then a few of them are a few days old because I have this new game that I played, and then I just got to edit it. It might not even be an episode, depending on the whole length of it.
Yeah.
When I finish, because I'm gonna edit it all in bulk, and then I'm gonna section it off at the like 20-minute mark.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna copy and then render up and save, and then open a new one, and that'll be fun.
Yeah.
What I already said what I used, so your turn.
Okay, what I use is iMovie, which was only like $10, so it wasn't that bad. And before I had iMovie, no editing, couldn't do anything. Like I used literally the YouTube editor for anything I had to edit. It was that bad.
I tried using that. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's not good. Except for like if you want to do like a best of some month or something, or some kind of compilation or something, you can add all your videos together really easily and quickly, so you don't have to download them. Because I don't keep all my videos I've uploaded, since you can always download them to MP4 from YouTube. So if I want to make like a compilation video of one of March or January, which I made, I just make it off YouTube Editor. But other than that, I never use YouTube Editor anymore, just because I have iMovie. iMovie. Okay. You can't do.
Is that just an Apple exclusive thing?
iMovie? Or the iMovie? I'm pretty sure it's you. I think it's Apple exclusive, but it's not really that good, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
it's nothing like Final Cut or anything like that.
There is a free program that I might have to use for something that I'm going to be doing sometime in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But called EasyBit. It's free. However, it's very, very limited. You can only clip, and you can only like adjust how fast it is.
Ooh.
And it's really complicated because I don't know how to work with how the music is, because it uses the YouTube free music library,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes you upload directly from the editor, which is a pain.
Oh yeah, that's
Because I was planning on making a, what are they called, where you speed it up, time lapse. I was planning on making a time lapse, and it was only just going to be a part of the video, and then I made the time lapse, perfect time lapse, and then I couldn't save as. I couldn't save the clip, so I couldn't do anything with it as far as that went. You got the only really good editing programs are the ones that you have to shell out money for, and it sucks.
Yeah, like I wish there's a cheaper editor. Like let me think. Adobe Premiere Clip. Like that is like a really good YouTube editor because you can like overlay two images. I mean, not two videos, and you can make one transparent. You can add text, and it's really good. But it's like $100 or something. Like I don't think I can spend. I can't spend that for like an editor.
And as I'm putting in the chat right now, thumbnails. All I use is I use the Paint tool, which comes with Windows default, and I kind of have a little bit of fun with it because I have this thumbnail base for stuff for Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
I'll actually upload it here, so anybody watching can see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for my thumbnail,
I took a screenshot of a book.
Yeah.
In Minecraft. One of the books, like a book in quill.
Oh yeah.
Ones that you can actually write stuff in. And I cleared out the center where words would go, and I just kind of recolored it and cleaned it up. And that's what I use for my Minecraft thumbnail bases, because I just put everything I need in the middle. And for like little add-ons, I try my best to find like images that are transparent, where any white area of the image doesn't transfer over. It's just clear, like a window.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just use Canva.com, and I just have a free subscription to it. And I just take a video, just take a photo, and I add text to it. My thumbnails, I'm pretty lazy with them, but I'm like, but do I really want to do anything that actually requires work? No.
Alright, so wasn't there something I said that we didn't add in?
Monetization.
Yes, okay. So, my views on monetization, it's something that I've kind of been given advice for. It's best to do it as soon as you can, which, if you take that at face value, it's kind of vague, because all you really need to do to actually put monetization on your channel is make sure you don't have anything like copyright strikes or anything like that, have your channel verified, which only takes a small phone call or a text where you can enter in a small code, and there you go.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, when should you? Because you shouldn't add revenue on your video if you don't have enough people coming to watch it. Where if someone new comes and they see your low subscriber base and they see an ad on your video, and they'll think, really? An ad?
Yeah.
And you're not even...
Yeah, if it's only like you have like 10 subs and you get like 6 views on a video and someone's like puts like an ad on it, you're like, I don't get that. Like, it really is... It just shows that like it looks like YouTube, like all you do YouTube for is...
the money, yeah.
Yeah.
But, so, my view on it is at least 600 subscribers, or using stuff like Patreon or donations, you could do it as early as you want. I usually, as far as vlogs go, I mention that I have my PayPal, my email address in my description of every video, and that email address is connected to my PayPal. Because when you want to donate via PayPal, all you really need is the email address connected to the account. And you can just gift it. And you can say, like, gift to a friend, which apparently gives all the money you're donating. Or there's, like, donating, which it takes a very small fraction off, shaves it off, and gives it to PayPal for, like, so they have some sort of profit.
Yeah.
My mom's probably just getting home.
Okay, so do you want to wrap up the podcast?
Oh no, we don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably have to get up for like a second, but that's like something. Since this isn't live, you could probably edit that out.
Yeah.
But some stuff like that is like, you got to get it right. So I'm gonna probably wait until I get maybe 600, maybe 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Or if you ever have a video that does really well, or is trending upwards, like I have monetization activated. I have it activated on my channel just because I had a video that's at 37,000 views. So I'm like, I'll put it on that.
Right, and you can monetize videos separately. You don't have to have it so every video gets monetized.
Yeah, that's what I don't have ads on all of them. Plus, if I was gonna have an ad, I would want it to be one of those like skippable ones. Not skippable, like one of the little pop-up ones, not like a video you have to watch or skip.
Oh, yeah.
Because those get annoying, and I don't ever want to be annoying. But that's why I have a Patreon, because I added it. And if anyone's still watching, you can always go there, just because ads are annoying. Like, I don't want too many ads, but for me to like get a better editing software, for me to just really keeping this up would just be easier. It just helps us keep it up. So.
Right. And you can use an ad blocker, but like whitelist it for YouTube so that it doesn't pop up. So that ads do pop up on YouTube just for the sake of the creator that you're watching. I'm pretty sure you don't have to watch an ad all the way to the end for it to count towards the AdSense.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I don't really know, but I don't think so as well. I wouldn't think.
Like, if you have ad block on, it's completely negating any form of AdSense. It's like you might as well have YouTube Red.
Yeah. YouTube Red actually does give money to some creators.
Yeah, every creator that has AdSense on their channel gets ad revenue through YouTube Red when you watch their videos.
Yeah, so if you have YouTube Red, spam watch my videos, okay? Just a suggestion.
Keep pressing refresh.
Yes, or just keep pressing refresh. Or if you have ad blocker, like Patreon, like you can watch as many videos with this. For like a website that has like annoying ads on it, but gets like hundreds of thousands of clicks per day, ad blocker totally makes sense. But like we get very few. Like I mean, we get pretty good views, but like very few compared to like what these websites have that have like
you get like a fraction of a penny per view if the ad is seen.
Yeah, it's because it's really low, which why a lot of big YouTubers don't rely on the YouTube. They rely on like sponsor deals or like partnerships or something like that.
Now, I'm in no way suggesting this or condoning this. But I mean, if you watch something like Crunchyroll, where the ads are like literally part of the video, and you have like an ad blocker on, it'll like glitch and skip over the ad section, and it'll get right through. It'll be like you have the premium membership.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This happened to me because I completely forgot that I had ad blocker on, and I was watching Toradora.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So it's 3:17 right now, and I think the podcast is almost at maybe even 45 minutes. So we might
Alright,
have.
so let's wind this down. Okay. Maybe we'll do a little something later on that covers this and more. That's not the podcast. The podcast will have different things each week.
Yeah.
But
I like a
podcast
continuation of this topic because I think that there's more that we could like talk about, but just this podcast is gonna get way too long.
Right, because I have more advice from other creators that are way bigger than us, and that would be a whole good topic for another video. So, as we wind this down, stretch. Anything you'd like to say?
Not much except the final comments of thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it through, you got a bonus spirit point, because like I can't give you anything else. Please sub to this guy's channel. He has really awesome content. For like his content to subscriber ratio does not work. He needs a lot more subscribers. Like honestly, come on.
And like if I get more subscribers, I'll be more motivated to edit and upload.
Yeah,
so
like
I'll be more consistent.
The more subs he gets, the more uploads you'll have from him. So it's a win-win situation. It's only a click away. It's okay. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for watching this podcast. And any last words?
Other than keep your ponage levels at the maximum. No, I have no other words.
Okay, perfect. And can't wait to see you guys in the next video, or podcast for that.